In this video, we're going to go over quadratic inequalities. So basically, it is all the same when we are talking about quadratic inequalities as we talk about quadratic equations. So the first thing is we find the critical points before we can even solve our equation. So if we are saying x squared minus x is greater than or equal to 12, how do we solve such an inequality? So the first thing is to arrange it in the form x squared plus bx plus c, and then we put our symbol there, 0 that side. So this is x squared minus x minus 12 is greater than or equal to 0. Now we need to find the critical points. So we need to determine the product, the sum, and also the factors. So here the number in front of x squared is 1 multiplied by c, which is negative 12, that will be negative 12. And then the sum is the number in front of x, which is negative 1. So which two numbers can we multiply to get negative 12? If we add them, we get negative 1. So that is 3 and negative 4. Those are the two factors. So what we do is bring them here, x squared plus 3x minus 4x minus 12 is greater than or equal to 0. So factorizing that to give us x plus 3 minus 4, x plus 3 will be greater than or equal to 0. So we are finding that x minus 4, x plus 3 is greater than or equal to 0. So from here, what are our critical points? So equate this which is inside to 0. We are finding that x is equal to 4. Even what is inside there equated to 0, we are finding that x is equal to negative 3. So these are the two critical points which we have. So we are going to make a number line where we have got those two critical points. Okay, so like that. So our first one is x is equal to, this is a number line, negative 3 is on the left and then positive 4 is on the right. So what we are doing is, as we can see from here, this factor is being multiplied with this factor. So we have got those two factors. So let's write first our x minus 4, the factor, and then the x plus 3. And then if we multiply them, what will be their product? So we just want the signs. So if we get numbers which are less than negative 3, like any number which is on the left of negative 3, like negative 4. So we put in here negative 4. That will be negative 4 minus 4 will be negative 8. So the sign is negative in this region. And then if we put in this one negative 4 plus 3, that is going to give us negative 1. So the sign is also negative. And then if we come in this region between negative 3 and 4, the simplest number we can get is 0. So if we come in this one where there's x, we put in 0. 0 minus 4, that will give us negative 4. So the sign is negative for the number. And then if we get 0, we put there. 0 plus 3, that is 3, which is positive. And then if we go above 4, let's say we get 5, we bring here 5 minus 4 will be positive 1, so that is positive. And then the same 5, if we bring here 5 plus 3, that is going to be positive 8, so the sign is positive. Now because this factor is being multiplied with this factor, we are going to multiply those signs. We see the sign of the product. So negative times negative will give us positive. Negative times positive will give us positive. And then, sorry, that is not positive. Negative times positive is negative. Okay, and then positive times positive, that will be positive. So now the sign here is greater than. So if we come on a number line, 0 is here. Going this way, these numbers are greater than. So what numbers are greater than 0? It's positive numbers, because as you go this side, the numbers are positive. Coming this way, numbers which are less than 0, they are negative. So we want numbers which are greater than 0, and that should give us a positive number. So we are going to go to the product, we find where the product is positive. So as we can see, the product is positive here, and we want those which are positive because they are greater than or equal to 0. So our values therefore should be numbers from -3 going this side, because that's the one where it gave us positive, but the sign is greater than or equal to, so we're even including the -3 itself. So x will be less than or equal to -3, because going in this direction to the left of -3, those are less. At the same time, or x can be, it can be 4 and going this side. So those numbers are greater than or equal to 4. So these are our values of x in that case. So we can also write this in set interval notation. So what we have is a number line where this is -3 and then this is 4. We want all values of x, including 4 going this side, and then including -3 going this side. So this side is -infinity, this side is +infinity. So our solution can be written as -infinity, -3, but we are including the -3, so we close, and then infinity is always open because we don't know what that number is, and then together with starting from 4 to infinity, but we are including 4, so we close like that. So we can present our answer either like that or like that. So that is the first question. Let's try to see another question to see how we can work out when it comes to quadratic inequalities. So the second question we've been given, x squared plus 9 is greater than 6x. So how do we work out such a question? So in this case, what we are going to do same, we are going to express it in the form ax plus b, x squared plus bx plus c. So what we are doing is we take the 6 that side, that will become x squared minus 6x plus 9 is greater than 0. So we want the factors for this one. Now the product is 9, the sum is -6. Okay, what we can see, the number in front here is 1, so 1 times 9 gives us 9, and then the sum is simply this one, which is on the middle. Okay, and then so what are the factors? Which two numbers can we multiply to give us -3? If we add them, I mean if we multiply them, they give us +9. If we add them, they give us -3. That is -3 and -3. So this is x squared minus 3x minus 3x plus 9 is greater than 0. So this is going to give us x minus 3 minus, we factorize those two, that is 3, x minus 3 is greater than 0. So what we are finding is x minus 3 being greater than 0. So if we equate this to 0, we're going to find that x is equal to 3. Same here, so the factor is only 1, so we only have one factor in this case. So if we come on our number line, our factor is only x minus 3, so this is our 3. So if we get below 3, like let's go to 2, we put 2 here, 2 minus 3, we're going to get -1, so it will give us negative here. But if we get above 3, like 4 minus 3 will be +1, so it will be positive here. So it is either positive or negative, but we want where the function is greater than 0. So greater than is in that region. So therefore our x should be greater than 3. We have just said greater than because we are not including. This is just greater than, it's not greater than or equal to. Okay. So that would be our answer then in that case. Okay, now I think we left out something on this one even before we go further. So we have got two factors. We have got x minus 3 and also x minus 3. So we need to write both of them. We know that if we pick anything which is less than 3, for both of them it will be negative. If we pick anything that is above 3, for both of them it will be positive, like that. Okay, so these are the two factors which we are multiplying. We just don't get one, we are going to error. and that shouldn't deceive us by only getting 1. And then now we are getting the product. Negative times negative will be positive. Negative times positive times positive, it will be positive. So we want where x is greater than 0. So we see that both are positive, both are greater than 0. So therefore our range, okay, our range of values for the function, for this equation, we can have anything from 3 going this side or also going this side. The only thing that we are not including is 3. Why? Because 3, as we can see by the symbol, is only greater than. We don't want, if we put in 3, let's say we put in 3 there, 3 minus 3 will be 0. And then even here, 3 minus 3 will be 0. 0 times 0, I think that will give us 0. So 0 is not greater than 0. 0 is equal to 0. So we want any value apart from 3 itself. So therefore our values are x greater than 3 or x less than 3, which we can also write as from negative infinity to 3, and then from 3 to infinity. We are just not including the 3 itself, but the rest of the values are going to be true. Let's see a last example. If we've been given 2x squared, let's say is less than or equal to, let's say, x plus 6. How do we solve such equation? So the first is we need to take this that side, so that will be 2x squared minus x minus 6 is less than or equal to 0. So here the product is negative 12. The sum is negative 1. So the two factors obviously should be 4 and 3. One of them should, so that should be negative 4 and positive 3. So that is 2x squared minus 4x plus 3x minus 6 is less than or equal to 0. So that will give us 2x, x minus 2, and then plus 3, x minus 2 is less than or equal to 0. So that will be 2x plus 3, and then x minus 2 less than or equal to 0. So we equate this to 0. What we are going to have is 2x plus 3 is equal to 0. 2x is equal to negative 3. X is giving us negative 3 over 2. This is one critical point. And then equate that to 0. We are going to find that x is equal to positive 2. So we have got the two critical points. Now we show a number line. So the first factor we have is 2x plus 3. The other one we have is x minus 2. So the critical points is negative 3 over 2 and also positive 2. So what happens if we get anything that is less than negative 3 over 2? Take for example, we get negative 3 over 2 is about negative 1.5. So something less than negative 1.5 is negative 2. So if we get negative 2, we put there, that will be negative 2 times 2, which will be negative 4. Negative 4 plus 3, it will be negative 1. So it will be negative here. And then if we, the same negative 2, if we put there, it will also be negative. Negative 2 minus 2 will be negative 4. If we get something between negative 3 over 2 and 2, take for example 0. If we input in 0 there, that will give us 2 times 0 plus 3, which will be 3, which is positive. But if we input in 0 here, to be negative 2, which is a negative number. If we go to something that is above 2, take for example, we get 3. We input in 3 in this one, we are going to get a positive number. If we input in 3 in this one, the x minus 2, we are going to get positive. Now we are interested in the product of the signs. Negative times negative, positive. Positive times negative, negative. Positive times positive, positive. So we want where it is less than or equal to. Something that is less than 0 is negative. So we want where the product of the signs is negative. So the answer is between negative 3 and 2. But because it was less than or equal to, we are including both of these. So like that. So that will be our answer, which we can also write as negative 3 over 2 is less than or equal to x, and x is less than or equal to 2. So it is all the same in those two ways. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a blessed day.